I don't know if it's just me, but I got a weird feeling about these Apple Vision headset things. I mean, it does feel like a Black Mirror episode. Everyone is in their own virtual world. Apple basically took virtual reality to the next level. It's like having your phone or laptop in your head. Check this out. I don't know if it's just me.
Just click on hers. But what I'm going to talk about is the imbalances in
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. New in this gospel, broad lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord, so to be edifying. Going into Satan's devices. As we know, this new Apple Vision Pro is set to take the markets by storm. It's just another form of metaverse. When you go into the metaverse, I believe we call him Elon Musty, which I believe he, I'm trying to think, Facebook or Twitter. No, I think Zuckerberg is the one that was over Facebook. Elon Musk was over what you call this thing, X, which is formerly Twitter. But you had Facebook, which is called Meta now. I believe that was by what's this guy named Zuckerman, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he changed his platform into what he called Meta. But basically, these are this type of virtual reality simulation called Apple Vision Pro, which this is going to catch a lot of people by storm, because as we was watching the video, the clip that I was playing, they was showing you how people were walking in the streets and really not paying attention to things around them. They're not focused on the real world around them because they're engulfed in this this simulation of falsehood, which appears to be real. Now, before I go to any video, because I'm not sure how Apple is with, you broadcasting their videos and putting it in a video. I'm pretty sure they're very strict about that. So I would try to find more of a neutral video of Apple Vision Pro. But I remember a brother sent the video of that last year on how you're going to have these virtual reality headsets and you can literally sit in your living room and you could be immersed in this alternate reality, man. This shit is crazy. And I believe like the plan is starting like $3,900 for the equipment. And then I believe you got to have like some type of subscriptions and all this other stuff. But people are going to be taken by this because this is the next new thing as to realism. Especially when you have a society of people that's overly stressed out and are suffering from mentally debilitating deformities, meaning that mental illness. People are looking by any means to escape, and this is the way that will get them engrafted into this MOTB system. Okay, so this says copyright disclaimer under Section 107, the Copyright Act of 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of favor for use. Fair use, Salakia. Meaning I'm not making any money. There's nothing nefarious behind this video. There's no profit from this. This is just to inform a group of people or a community of people about current events and how the world is changing into a digital place, which we're soon seeing, which is literally unfolding before our eyes, man. All right, so now that that's being said, this is what you call Apple Vision Pro, okay? And it's starting at $3,499, man, okay, for 256 gigabytes of data. eBay, of course, they going to up the price. They're going to price gouge. Shit's going for 6 bands, okay? So this is just ratings on it. And this is basically Apple's website. And it says, what can Apple Vision Pro do? It says, Apple Vision Pro is a spatial computer that blends digital content and apps into your physical space and lets you navigate using your eyes and hands. So, many ways, this is basically the brain micro C chip without having the brain chip, if it makes sense. Because Elon Musk came out last week about one of the first human tests, which I doubt if this is the first successful one, but this is the one that they're putting out there mainstream. Basically, they have a successful patient dealing with Neuralink Okay, basically the person was able to control particular computer functions and motor functions with this particular thing in their mind. So when you look at this Apple Vision Pro, this is pretty much around the same lines, but this is more of a something that, this is a removable device. It's just a headset, metaverse, so to speak. Like they have what they call on the PlayStation and the Xbox consoles. It's called Oculus, okay, which is basically a digitized headset that allows you to act in VR, which is virtual reality, and you deal with certain video games, first-person shooters, or horror movies, or things that's interactive. People usually get the Oculus Pro, which starts at about $300-400. I've actually played a video game on one of those, and it's actually not too bad, but you can see how people can be taken by this technology. Okay, so let's see here. Let's click. Because the thing of it is, it's not supposed to take you away from so-called reality. Because, like, let's just say if I was sitting in my living room and I want to show a video of this, but like I said, Apple, they play dirty. So I don't even want to get a chance of getting a copyright and having to take the video down. But you can literally sit in your living room and you can create this projectile of a TV, or just like this projector of a TV. And you can make it as big as you want, and you can watch whatever movie within your particular settings, and you can change the background to a starry night. You could be sitting at a beach watching this 250-foot screen in front of you that appears to be there, but it's not there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're still able to interact with your surroundings, because, technically, they don't want to have a liability suit on their hand for completely keeping people immersed in a reality outside of reality, so to speak, So they had to kind of straddle the line for legality purposes to not have people overly immersed. But this shows you here that this technology is going to take a lot of people, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go here to this article. Matter of fact, nah. Yep. Vision Pro headset is Apple's next Mac and TV combined. So it's a computer and TV combined. All right. And if you're not careful, then you can get caught by this shit. Because it says Apple Vision Pro launched in the U.S. on Friday, and there are already several YouTube videos that demonstrate using headset for remote work, gaming, in-flight entertainment, watching sports, and more. It says we've rounded up these videos below. Okay. So matter of fact, let's see here. Gaming, right? Let's look up the gaming.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Win, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking all about the Apple Vision Pro and gaming. So after the unboxing video yesterday, so many of you asked if this headset is actually good and fun for playing games. And that's exactly what we'll be taking a look at in today's video. Now, for all the different games that can run on the Vision Pro, I like to break them down into 3 categories. The first one are the actual games that were made for the Vision Pro. And these, of course, just released yesterday when the headset released. Now, the second category are iPad and iOS apps that are compatible with Vision OS. Now, most apps actually run in the Vision Pro. Unfortunately, though, some devs, they actually went in manually and turned their games off, so you won't see those on the App Store. Big ones like COD Mobile and PUBG Mobile, unfortunately, they went in and turned them off, so we won't be able to play games like that. And really the best games for the Vision Pro when it comes to iPad and iOS apps are the ones that support controller. For obvious reasons, you're playing the games on this giant hologram, you can't really be looking at the device or what you're doing with your fingers, so having a controller input is probably best for these types of games. Now, the third and final category are ones like cloud gaming, PC games with like Steam Link, and playing on a Mac and then mirroring the Mac into the Vision Pro workspace. So those are the 3 categories. We'll be testing out titles from all the different categories, and we'll be starting off with the first one, Vision Pro games that are actually made for the Vision Pro. Okay, notes and rails. Whoa. All right. Catch the notes and ride the rails, matching their color to your hands. You can customize the colors at any time in the game settings. Right is pink, left is blue.
Wow, brothers, those are miracles right there on the left-hand side. Because he's literally controlling this shit through a headset, and mentally he's controlling what he wants to do because he's interacting with this headset. That's some technology. That's some left. That's crazy. And they've had that going all the way back to the PlayStation 4. I believe it started off with the Wii as well. They had with what they call them, like the nunchucks. You interact by hitting the button or you move the remote and your character do a certain thing. So they've been perfecting this technology, man. Because, hey, they trying to get this digital system up and running. They don't want any traces of this old world left behind. They want this new world. Okay, so everything is going to be digital. You'll be able to drive a vehicle. Hey, they got self-driving cars now. They got a self-repossessing car that with these newer vehicles, like if you're behind on your payments, the fucking car would drive itself to the dealership and repossess itself. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it cuts out a lot of man hours, a lot of tow truck men, you know, getting shot at and possibly killed for going to repossess people's cars illegally. This thing is getting ready to move, man. And it has been moving. So let's play a little bit more, then I'll go to another video and we get a couple of presets. But yeah, brothers, man, this is the world. All right.
Whoa! Oh, I hit my mic. Whoa! Oh my god, that's like an arm workout.
And you know this guy, he's going to get totally immersed in the metaverse because, hey, he's all for it. And I'm not saying that it's a sin to buy one of these things, you know, because, I mean, honestly speaking, the experience. But at the end of the day, man, ain't nobody going to spend no $4,000 on this shit, man. You find a motherfucker online selling that shit for a couple $100 and be done with it. But people are going to go crazy about this because sooner than later, since this is new technology, well, not even new because it's been around since the beginning of, since the ancient world, just the perfect light, what they call the Urim and Thummim, which means perfect light. This has been around for times, but Esau, the Lord is releasing this particular power to Esau because this is his rulership. But sooner than later, don't be surprised when you start seeing these business meetings being done in Vision Pro. Okay, people walking around the streets, as we showed in the first video, that people are going to literally be engrafted or engulfed in this technology. They're already in it. Okay, look how people game. Look how people was always glued to their phone. So just imagine this times two. You don't even need a phone technically with this, because when you sync the Apple Vision Pro up with your iPhone, basically all the phones and your apps basically come synced into the game or into the Vision Pro, minus the Call of Duty games and stuff like that. So this is going to be some interesting shit, man. All right. So let's look at this video.
I want to show you guys just a little bit of what a real workflow might look like for the Vision Pro. See the Mac screen right here? By the way, full hand occlusion, which looks really nice and smooth. Messages, Slack, another Safari window right here. Keyboard works just fine, like that. And also my mouse will go over here and I can go ahead and type right here. And as I type, I can see a little preview. I'll show you a couple more things. Got the messages again.
Wow.
Got music set up here. Big screen TV set up on my wall. Gordon Ramsay showing me how to cook above the stove. Notes right here for some groceries. Can walk around freely. Here's what it looks like when it's on.
Wow.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, catch.
Thank you. And as we walk around the house, everything stays pinned.
So a lot of people getting ready to get taken by this because clearly he got the headsets on and what appears to be there is not really there, but with the goggles on. Wow. So you can see how people going to be taken by the chip, because if they're doing these lower level miracles, imagine what the C-hip going to do.
Exactly where we left it. And that's it. Let me know if you have questions.
Wow. That's crazy.
Good. It's autofilling now. Oh, I hope so. I hope I look like an Oompa Loompa.
Oh, I can see your eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they look horrible.
Rude, dude. That's super
Wait, look at
rude.
me.
Whoa, my persona does not look good. Yeah, it literally gave me two different colored eyes.
You guys, I can't emphasize how bad eyesight looks. Like, look at this.
Well, in their defense, my eyes in my persona are wonky.
It seems like eyesight is definitely half-baked, which is not new information. If you've seen any videos on the Apple Vision Pro, you know that people are saying, what? The ad looks far superior than real life. I mean, we'll do a side-by-side of Lance's eyes and then the ad girl. She's looking great. Lance's eyes are looking a little scary. I can't click cancel on the Optic ID. So I can't do the dots.
So he's actually looking at.
Come on, go full screen. Pretty sick.
Putting the screen like over there, like if you wanted it to be like bigger.
Yeah, it's legit like 100-inch or 120-inch screen right there, taking up like all the rows. That's pretty sick. Should I go into another dimension right now? So say I want to edit right here, but I'm kind of sick of seeing all this stuff. Just twist this little dial.
So basically, man, a lot of people gonna get taken by this technology. So I'm not gonna play too many of these videos because, like I said, you know, somebody may trip about it. But yeah, this is the wave of the future, man. This is what they're doing. Okay, so these are a couple of shorts here.
What's your honest opinion on Apple VR? I think the potential of AR VR tech is both wildly exciting and somewhat scary. I can imagine amazing ways to use this as a tool for my work for things like video editing or traveling, but I also worry about how addicting it may be if it feels as seamless as they imply it will be. What's your honest opinion?
That's the point, okay? So, yeah, let's get a couple of precepts, man. This is the book of Psalm 64, and I'm going to start at verses 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And who is that? That's talking about your elites, okay? The men that's above the government. Okay, you should watch a movie called Beekeeper, man. That shit was dope. Beekeeper, man. That if Esau deploy a beekeeper after you, then you done some shit. But that shows you how within the whole system of this conglomerate, you have a system outside of the system, okay, that's controlling the system within. So like the FBI and the Secret Service and the SWAT team, that's all the system within the parameters of so-called legality, which they're left-hand shit. So funny how he have a left hand to combat the left hand, but the left hand that's combat the so-called left, or the left hand that's, or the so-called right hand, which is left hand combating the other left hand, they all are being paid and funded by the same people. A lot of these hacking and scamming companies, a lot of that is they're basically CIA controlling. They're basically controlling opposition. You know what I'm saying? They controlling, they're funding the crooks and the criminals and running a multi-billion-dollar corporation behind closed doors while having a so-called legitimate front as being so-called leaders of the free world. So it's crazy. Okay, you got a CIA within the CIA. Like the CIA is the CIA, but even within the CIA, you got them that's funding all the dark shit too, which it's crazy, man. This man's kingdom is crazy, but he get it from the scriptures because that's the duality of the Most High. You know, you got right and left, but even within Esau's left-hand kingdom, you got so-called right side, which is left side, but you got an even left side. This man's the devil, bro. Beekeeper shows you that. Because when you look at it, you're like, wait a minute, how the fuck? The same people that the nigga was going after was the same people that was they're financing. It's like, it was crazy. But it says, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. Who is the perfect? Israel. And Esau is coming out with this technology to keep us engulfed it and keep the people away from what's happening, because he don't want them to know the reality and the realism about his felon kingdom. So if he can get people's minds and captivate them into this alternate reality of this metaverse, then he can ultimately get them to take the MOTB. Okay, because all of it is going to link up. And it says here, they encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Okay, and that's what this technology is. You know, it seems to be innovative and for the benefit of the people. But ask yourself, are people really healthy enough to deal with something like this? Because I was briefly watching and overhearing a documentary yesterday about people in America. 77.7% of the people experience some type of mental illness from fatigue or mental burnout or work burnout. And they're just totally detached from reality because of all this shit around us. Okay, and this will be the cure to that so-called depression. You know, this young nigga, right? He's so fat. This nigga gonna get the stupid ass Killmonger haircut. This dude is probably like 21 years old. He's fat, man. Like Jake just have no type of pride in their lives, man, at all. I'm not saying like pride isn't wicked, but like Take care of yourself, man. You know, but regardless of that, anyway, it says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. It says both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, the mindset, okay? This is something that the elites conjured out and they planned it, you know, to take place over a course of time because it is prophecy. It says, but the Most High should shoot at them with an arrow, and soon they should suddenly be wounded. And the arrow is first and foremost this truth, okay? And this is why Esau, Edom have these particular groups set up to combat what we're saying as in disinformation, because he wants to stop the truth. It says, so should they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them should flee away. Okay, so this is a cleverly designed device that's set up to lead us away from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because you can look at it in hindsight and say, you know what, this is just a video game. It ain't really nothing too deep. And yeah, innocent wise, I mean, it's just a headset. You could control it. You know, you control your urges, whatever, by all means. But people are going to literally be caught up by this technology because, like I said, people can't put down their fucking phones, man. I know how hard it is to go without looking at the phone because, you know, articles and researching and just bored out of boredom. There's no sense of realism anymore. So how much more when people are walking around with this device around their eyes, man? And Esau can say, you know what, let's take it up a notch. Let's put it inside you. Because everything that you're doing with this, you're going to be able to do with the Micro C dummy just more quicker, you know? Because these things, they're going to have upgrades to them. A lot of people are going to have recalls on them. The bugs are going to be defected. They create things intentional with flaws, so therefore they can be justified down the line of bringing out a more quote-unquote eccentric version of what they already have. Okay, same thing with credit cards. Credit cards are hackable. Debit cards are hackable. You can lose the shit. Accounts are penetrable. So, hey, let's combat that. Let's put it inside your hand or your forehead. That way, can't nobody take it. Who's going to cut your head off just to get your bank account information? Nobody's going to go through the trouble of that. Some people will, but you get the point. So it's all Esau is the devil. We just read it in Psalm 64, had a commune of laying snares privately. All right. Revelation 13, and I'm going to start at verses 14. Let's start at verses, let's give, 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Those are miracles what we would. A video game is a miracle. You know, it says, which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, what should make an image unto the beast, which has the wound by the sword and did live. Okay, the image of the ancient Roman Empire in the form of these tribunal courts, these senates, you know, these laws, etc. But now the technology is like on a whole different level. You know, it was a show that I watched a couple of years ago about how they locked this guy inside, like it was probably like a 6x6 square foot pod, maybe 12x12. You know, it was a little bit bigger than a jail cell, not a little bit smaller, can't recall. But basically his whole duty was to sit inside this pod and get up and work through this virtual simulation. Go to bed, and that's it. He barely went outside because he was so immersed in this virtual slavery to the point he didn't even really go outside like that. And when he did go outside, it wasn't nothing out there. Okay? So he was basically working, eating, going to sleep. And this was his basically life. And this is what the elites want. They want a group of the elite said that we don't want a nation of thinkers, but we want a nation of workers. So if you can plug up the headset and work virtually, people gonna do that shit. Because I will admit it is pretty neat design, but hey, they've it's a wicked, sinister device behind this. Okay, and it says here by the sword and they live. All right, so let's go back here to Google real quick and just look some things up. How much we're gonna look up? How much money was invested in Apple Vision Pro? And just trust me, watch this. How much money did they put in it? Okay, there you go. It says Apple Vision Pro is half the price of the Apple II. Let me find them real quick. I want to get to the point how much money they put in this shit. Okay. Just want to find some numbers real quick. It says Apple released Apple II 46 years ago on June 5th, 1977. I didn't even know that. It says the base unit was priced at $1,256. Now that was some money for that time. You had that back then. You was doing fairly well. It says it had a 4K of memory, 1 megahertz microprocessor. It says this price did not include a monitor or disk drive. Oh, this may be talking about the Max. Okay, I did. Okay, I knew about that. I'm thinking it was a headset. Never mind, Salakia. It says this price did not include a monitor or disk drive, but almost 7 years later, on January 24, 1984, Apple released the Macintosh at $2,495 with this memorable ad during the Super Bowl. It says it had 128K of memory with the 8 megahertz microprocessor. Okay, it says the new Vision Pro virtual reality system announced this week is priced at $3,400. Okay, $3,499, basically $3,500. Okay, it says the A2 or the Apple's M2 chip and R1 chip to ensure lifelike visual flow. The unit also includes 23 sensors, 12 cameras, 6 microphones. It says the system is capable of streaming over 1 billion color pixels per second on 23 million pixels across 2 panels that are the size of a postage stamp. Wow. For reference, a 4K TV features a bit more than 8 million pixels. Wow. Holy shit. Wow. It said if it cost $20 billion to make the first unit, what would it cost to make the second? It says we do get that a product costs $20 billion to make only for $3,400. Wow. Okay. So basically they spent over $20 billion over a course of time to perfect this fucking technology, man. Yeah, this man you got to go down. All right, this is the book of Psalms 10. Now I'm going to start at verses 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices which they have imagined. Okay, and these are the devices. It says, for the wicked boast of his heart's desire and bless the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. But through the wicked, through his pride of his countenance, he would not seek after Yahweh. But Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. Okay, so that's the point, man. But these are devices, and they're being taken by because, hey, you got a lot of Edomites that's gonna go up and they gonna take that micro C hit, because it all goes hand in hand, man. All right, couple more precepts and we're ended. 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. Okay, this is nothing more than a device by Satan to get you fully engulfed in this alternate world. Now, is it a sin to have it? No. Okay, but like anything, you got to do it in moderation. And me personally, I won't go spend $3,500 on no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I wouldn't even get it. But, you know, hey, certain brothers may end up getting it. But I don't think we got that much time left. I don't see a brother spending $3,500 just for fuck's sakes to get this thing. Hell no, it's too much more to worry about in the world than this. But you get the point. Last precept, this is the book of Daniel 12. And I'm going to start at verses, what it says, knowledge should increase. 4, it says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many should run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased, man. Okay, and hey, this technology, shit, there we go. Okay, so with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and with that, Shalom.